All right, we're going to start. That sound off, okay?
Yes. And hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us on behalf of the Deru Academy. We'd like to welcome you to today's webinar, Cosmic Innocence, hosted by Shifu Deru. Deru, also known as Sean X. Liu, is an explorer of consciousness, cosmos, and of humanity. And with that, I will turn it over to Shifu Deru.
Okay, how are we doing? Okay, we have a couple people join us, and today I want to talk about education without education. Mostly, it's because I have this. This is the summer camp, and now I'm talking about summer camp. We're not going to do offline on site. We're going to do online. And the whole summer camp is about education without education, you know. And so what is the education without education? So what I say is we're not educating anybody. We're not teaching anybody. Rather, it's to play together. And two, let a child to be the teachers. And then they create their own future. They own their life. And they play the game that totally involved their future endeavor, their future society, their future humanity, without indoctrination, without dogma, without all these teachings, without all this grooved education, so to speak. So when we give them something and we totally conditioned, programmed, and from the past, we never get out of it. And that pressure from a society, and in China, people say, we start from the baseline, everybody ran, and some people rich, some people poor, and then all they think is education. It's about the richness. If you're richer, and you'll be at the front. If you're not rich, and you'll be at the back. So the whole idea is wrong. So why wrong? It's the wrong direction. The direction toward the material, the direction with the visible, the direction with something three-dimensional darkness, the fight, the competition, the war, the division, totally separate human beings. And all human beings are a one community. As we know that from a genetic point of view, from quantum conscious point of view, from relativity point of view, from epigenetics point of view, and we all can change that. And we are interconnected, and we can change that. So based on that, we see there's another direction, there's another field we need to explore, which is not a competition. We see things not as parents of that division, of that fragmentation, of that conflicts, constant fight, competition. Rather, it's to create a new, totally new, different world. That different world apart from that conflicts, from that war, from that competition, from that stress, from that pressure, from that disease, the autonomic disease. Human beings fight, that's just like an autonomic disease in your body. The human body fight each other. It's the self fight. It's a humanity fight. Just like a body, you have 50 trillion cells, everybody fight each other. And then I'm going to get into that again, about human beings, about the biology. Okay, let's go to biology. We have 50 trillion cells, but most people believe, some new models will have 100 billion or 100 trillion. But most people, most scientists recognize at least 50 trillion cells. Okay, within that 50 trillion cells, we have over 10% are bodily cells. But the rest, the others are not bodily cells even. They're bacteria, they're fungus, they're virus, they've got all kinds of things in your body. But they become a host. They become a host of our body. And we begin to learn how to deal with, and all they become part of the body. But with this pandemic example, it's a good example to give us wake-up call. Instead of fight, fight, fight. Everything's about a fight. But there's no harmony. There's no love. There's no compassion. There's no connectivity. Everything's a fight each other. Even the pandemic, what is it? Pandemic. When a pandemic become part of you, you always have that pandemic. Millions of years. You always have that. You always adapt to it. All this virus, all this bacteria, all these things, they become part of the body. Just like we started with a simple cells, and they become more complex cells and become an amoeba. Amoeba is just like a little guy, like Deru, like a little Robert, in a tiny Robert. You cannot even see. However, but they part of the body. There are 50 trillion of them. That's a lot of big army. You think about it, everybody fight each other. Okay, these cells, we need to fight. You dissipate energy. You never really live. Your energy totally dissipated. All you do is busy fighting. Your life is not only procrastinated, but dissipated. You don't have a life because the whole life is about a fight. It's about disease. Because when you fight, it's a disease, create a disease. That conflict create disease. That autoimmune immune system create a disease. Everything create a disease. And you become the disease, the person. There's no harmony. There's no balance. There's no equilibrium. Do you really want to live the body like that? Do you really want to live life like that? You tell me. You say, well, the millions of years, we always live like that. We always have war. We always fight. We always fight enemies. We always fight a bad pandemic. We always fight. Okay, there's no point for me to talk about over here anymore. If you see, as what I see, there's a possibility of harmony. There's a possibility of that recreate a new world, a new human, new race, a new species. What I say is new race, new species is beyond the old races, the human race. That human race, that is human new species, doesn't matter color, doesn't matter age, doesn't matter nationality, doesn't matter what country you're from, what region you're from, what a mountain you're from, what a river you come from, what a village you come from, doesn't matter. We're all the same. Welcome to together, discover together, discuss together, explore together to see this new human race that without a fight, without conflicts, without stress, without disease, without all these things we thought we're supposed to be in, we're conditioned to be in, we're programmed to be in. We inherited that disease. Genetic imprints. We may use 5%, 10% maximum for some people of genes. Most people don't use much, less than 5% of genes. The other 95% of genes are genetic imprint. You waste it. Why we don't explore the other possibilities of gene imprint? Why don't we play the genes that really work best for us? Now we'll come up with epigenetics. What is epigenetics? This is epi is above genetics. Just like everybody plays, you have a same piano, but you can play different tone. Like everybody has an iPhone, but you don't have to put all the junk, all the down programs, all these chaotic spams, programs into your cell phone, to stuck your cell phone, to spam your cell phone, to jam your cell phone. You can let it flow, create some space. So that's what we call the nothingness. So this education is without education, because without model, the old grooved education, or the grooved thinking, or the grooved tradition, or the grooved culture, or national, whatever the pride they want to have. It's new for all human beings. What is new? There's nothing new. We all have the same similar biology. I trained people probably, at least taught people from 150 above countries. That's a lot of people I taught. From every country you can name it, they came to me. However, I see the similarities. I don't see much differences. Genetically, and all the people want the same thing. They want health, they want happiness. They want to live a life without stress, free from all this pressure, suppression, all this cage, all this darkness, all this distress, the chaos, all this dark cloud, smoke. People want to free. The freedom, the inner freedom is the most important thing. Freedom comes with the free responsibility, comes from total responsibility. Let me see, you want to free, you have to take the total responsibility. That responsibility is create your own life. Each one of us, each one of I can create the life, can create a new future. When we're together, it's a new society, a new humanity, without indulged into that competition, that fights at all times, dissipate our energy and destroy ourselves. Because in a human being's life, so-called evolution, we see where we're going. Is Darwin's evolution correct? Partially, but mostly not correct, as we see today, because it's based on what? As Darwin said, based on material, based on Newton's mechanical things. Everything's based on samples. Everything's based on material stuff. But the most important is, the material stuff are the most important. And the material stuff propel the universe? No, not at all. As we know that we only know more than 4%. That's about it. Less than 5% of all the scientific research, all the relativity research, all the quantum research, all the medical research, all the biological, whatever research we have put together physics, chemistry, we know less than 5%, including all the space shuttles we have put over there. We only know 5%. What a pity. You say, well, 5%, less than 5% is the truth of the universe. The other 95% more and not fake of the universe. Are you kidding? Are you joking? Are you out of your mind? Your brain is made of what? Made of straws? Or you don't have the brain to transmit any information? Tell me. So, the so-called reality. The real reality, what I see is the quantum potentiality, quantum consciousness. So from quantum mechanics point of view, from quantum biology point of view, from epigenetics point of view, and from quantum science and traditional Eastern wisdom, they come together, bridge together. They see one thing that, like a thread, everything together. That is from Albert Einstein to Niels Bohr, Max Planck, David Bohr, my friend, Chris Murdy, Gautama, and then this Deru, this Bruce Lee, this Lao Tzu, this Zhuangzi, and all these people. They see the same thing. What is what they see? Is this world is totally interconnected. Underlying is everything is connected. Underlying there's a potential. That potential is that frequency, that energy wave, beyond energy wave, and what becomes energy wave. Energy wave becomes virtual reality. Virtual reality becomes the actuality when you perceive, when you receive, when you conceive, when you receive, anyway, when you realize the actuality. So, and we see that common thread. You know, of course, East we call Zen, the freedom of the creation. The consciousness connected with the universe. The energy connected with the consciousness. The energy is everything. It's the energy. Everything is chi. That is chi with wisdom. And that potentiality to create all things that is considered. So, and then we see the common thread. We see that we can change that field. We can, instead of pay attention to all these conflicts, we create another field. Another field is a green field. Another field is no conflict. That field is harmony. That field is cooperation. That field is human recreation. And just our body already gives that information. We die every single day. We die every single day, I said very clearly. We die every single day. How many cells die each day? 24 hours, I calculated about, could it be wrong? Okay, my math is not that good. 4,600 billion. Over, okay, there's a 400 behind. That's a billion, remember. That means that 1 minute, you have 300 million cells die each minute. So let all the things die. Why keep out all the things? Why live in the past? Why live in the tradition? Why live the old dogma? Why live the old framework? Why all these memories, all these emotions you kept going? Are you living dead bodies? Are you living in the dead mind? Are you living in the dead thoughts? So if you're not, let's create. Let's live in that moment. That moment is the only moment is new. Because the future never comes. Okay, only that moment exists. As I speak. You know, the beginning of the introductory is already gone. The beginning of the talk is already gone. It's dead. Let's move forward. That's what I say. The universe is constant expansion. And we thought, oh, okay, the scientists say, I remember the scientists said very clearly, scientists all said, the universe is still slow down. That was like 20 years ago. They all told me that. Because when I studied the space science in the 80s, 90s, and my book told me clearly, everything is slowing down. And then suddenly, we found out, no, it's not slowing down. It's speed up. So science is just a picture. You took a run picture, all kinds of science. Every day, the science is every day you change yourself means we see this part, okay, we were wrong, we keep going. We were wrong, we keep going. But one step after another step, everything is expanding. Everything is improving. Everything's looking forward. Dead science is dead science. It's no longer true. It's a false. It's a fallacy. So you can see Newtonian's world is still useful, but the reality is no longer. You cannot use mechanics to get all this cell transmission. There's no way. According to Newton, mechanical things, everything is time, space are set, fixed, but it's not. And our beloved Albert Einstein told us, we've got to get out of Newtonian's mind. Time is fixed, space is fixed. And then we come up with a non-locality. So today we all recognize that non-locality is the fact. We have thousands of research see that non-locality is correct. And time, space-time, is we create space-time. And then let space-time go. The here now is the only thing. We do not have location. We do not have space-time. Just like a Robert, Robert Pritchard. We talk right here. There's no space-time. And he's standing over there in the darkness. So have I met him? I met him, this boy, listen, and his head is look up, are you in sleep? Adretta, Pritchard. So there's no space-time anymore, and we can talk directly. So I can talk to China just like that, just like that. And at the same time, so if you use Newtonian's time, space, there's no way I can do that. So I'm the let old scientists go, and we created new things. So based on that, I want to see if we can live in a time, the unknown, explore the unknown. Let kids create one's own future, one's own reality. So we not devise, not design, rather, we do not know the design. We do not know the future. We do not know the results. Everything's unknown. It's a pure creation. Origin. Everybody's the original creation of one's own. That's what the summer camp is about. It's to let each person, each kid create one's own life, one's own destiny. So we may use sound, we may use music, sound vibration, music vibration, the same sound, and arts, different arts vibration. So me and Li Shuang is one of the well-known Chinese artists, was represented in the 1980s, represent the creation group of a group of artists. They call it the creators, and from China, and who was arrested, and for her radical thinking, and for her relationship with the foreigners. She got arrested for sentenced, but they're released. She lives in France, but today, of course, China has changed dramatically, and she's definitely one of the persons let go of any old things, create new things all the time. So she could get on board with me. And we have, everybody knows Jennifer, and who been assisting me for the last many years, and who graduated, not because she graduated from Harvard with her PhD, but she has that mind, both East and West. And she also worked with me for many years, and also edited my book, Imagine. And she has total understanding, the understanding of the Imagine and beyond. So, and we together, and with other artists and other teachers, like Chen Yuan, and like Dami, and like Azzy, like Robert, like Joey, and many, many others, and we took together. What we do is assistant to help, to assist each kid from China, from Europe, from the United States, each kid, and to create each one's life. And that is unknown to the past, unknown in this society. Let them create. So what we will do is we give them platform, and we point out what we have known for the last few thousand years, what is really working as in terms of human consciousness, in terms of potentiality, in terms of intelligence, in terms of the wisdom, is innate, possess, and have. So with that intelligence, with that wisdom, with that consciousness, with that heightened energy, what they can do with themselves, with that potentiality, what they can do, create their own, each own life. So we're going to do a film. Each person does a short film. And we started normally 5, 6 years old. The beginning, they just do film. They do whatever they want to do. And then they can write something, whatever they can write. And they can do some arts, do anything they want to do. And their mind expanded, spread. Their mind expand. Their mind explore. Their mind begin to lit up their own light and to unveil each one's own wisdom, each one's own intelligence, to see oneself in a true, original innocence. What I say innocence over here, the innocence cannot be hurt. The innocence without division, without fragmentation, without conflicts, without all this knowledge, the knowledge of fights, the knowledge of others, without being enslaved by authorities, without being enslaved by the experts, without being enslaved by all these so-called powerful people. That innocence cannot be hurt. That innocence only see within oneself that original wisdom. So that origin creation is the origin. Explore that origin. Explore that holographic origin of the light, of the intelligence. Over here, I mentioned the holographic because from the Eastern point of view, Gautama, Lao Tzu, Zhuangzi, and from quantum physics, we all see the same thing. We all agree the universe is holographic. It's an interconnected, integrated holographic universe. Each human being contains the whole universe. The human being's process is a universe process. Human beings' adjustment is universe adjustment. Human beings' reorganization is the universe reorganization. Each human's participation is in participation of the recreation of that cosmos. That's what we see for the last few thousand years. That's the only common thread we have. From billions of experience, everything we see, that's the common thread. The universe is the oneness. The universe is connected as a whole. Human beings connected as a whole. So from that, we see, let's explore the inner world. not just the external world of technology. Without the inner world, without the wisdom, without the inner intelligence, the external things, it's a self-destruction. You see, all these weapons we build, lead to nothing but self-destruction. All these drugs we build lead to nothing, self-destruction. We already see that. The economy depends on it. Everything depends on it. All my cancer patients will tell you, every one of them tell you, how did I go to hospital and go to the stage 4 cancer? And from the beginning, and then they tested earlier. They did so many surgeries, so many chemotherapies. Eventually, they say, well, nothing we can do about it. Just like one of my friends, who is the foremost scientist in China, he said, we treat them with chemotherapy, radiation, surgery. Eventually, we'll kill that person. But we found out in autopsy, the only thing survived is the cancer cell. Are the cancer cells still alive? The whole person already died. That's our treatment for the last 40, 50 years. That's exactly what we did. He's one of the foremost, medical researcher. And so because I would depend on our medical, book is totally outdated. Our molecules totally, the theory of molecules, the theory of atom, it's all totally outdated. But high school still middle school still teach the same dumb thing. What a joke! What a joke! We already know that it's fallacy, but we still teach that fallacy. What a joke! But so let's do something. And what I see is, if each one of us can change, the humanity will change. Each one of us transform, the humanity will transform. Not depend on any government, not depend on any medical facilities, not depend on any organizations or institutions, but each one of us is a change. That change will bring the whole universe change. So the summer camp we start with, we did the summer trials before. This summer camp, we have arts, we have languages. The languages totally, I want to use German, Chinese, Spanish, different languages of Francais and different things to let people know it's not one way of thinking, It's not just English. It's not just Chinese. It's not just Francais. It's not just Deutsch. There are many, many other ways of thinking. But one thing is together is a human being want the same thing. They just go from the different angles. That's all. So over here is beyond religion. We're not against religion, but we are religious without religion. Do you understand? Religious without religion. Religious means we are devoted to explore the truth without the dogma of the religion, without the labels of the religion, without all this fight of the religion, without all these ceremonies of the religion, without all these divisions of the religion. That's what it's about. Devoted to people, to explore our life, our humanity. So we use different things, just everybody, there's no set. We may find something, we move on. And we start with the 2-3 weeks first to see. And each person make a short film. Each person can draw some stories on the storyboard. Each person can draw some pictures of their future, of their lives, of their nature, of the things they see, each person sees. And then also each person can create the music, put it into the film, and create a different sound, vibration, what they see as universal sound, what they see as the earth sound, what they see as a galaxy sound, what they see as a humanity sound that are vibrate everybody together. and give them vitality. So each person come together to create that harmonious frequency, to create that coherent energy vibration in resonance with the conscious matrix of the cosmos. We are together as one. So there are probably about over 15 teachers from China, from here, and also Yang, and Dr. Yang, Professor Yang is also one of them. Probably give us something. Professor Yang is a professor, also graduate from Harvard. She's the only one actually, blind person, totally blind, graduate from Harvard graduate school, and graduate in Harvard University because for her, and delivered a press release. She's for the last few hundred years, she was the only one graduate from Harvard, and without being able to see, but complete everything with the top mark. So that means people do not have to limit yourself, but expand yourself. That's what I say over here. To see the intelligence within, not without. Allow. So she also joined us. We just everything together, and I studies, but I'm not a leader, and everybody's a leader, and the kids are the leader. I'm just assistant and help everybody to facilitate. The original idea comes from me, but everybody has that original idea. Everybody begin to contribute. That's what whole idea is about. Okay, questions? Robert? Adrietta, right? Andrietta with the glasses. Are you a scholar?
Yes, I go. Yes. No.
Okay.
So
you want to get some participation? You want to talk?
Yeah.
How old are you?
Rob, he's asking how old are you?
Oh, how old are you? What?
10.
You are 10?
Yes.
Okay, that's pretty old. That's great. You're older than 2 years old, right?
Yes.
Good. Okay. Hey, you can be part of it. That's great. Okay. And so I want to say everybody talk and some ideas. Basically, this is a creation of the future. This is a movement we start. The movement of the humanity, the movement of the new thinking, the new movement of without thinking, transcend beyond the thinking, beyond a lot of things we see from the past. It's a self-creation. It's a self-health. It's a imagine beyond. That's what I did on my last conference. And actually the conference, I did a little bit short video, put the conference with some of the teachings, and Jim has seen that short video. Okay, Jim has some advice for the video. So what do you see in the video, Jim? What's the advice from a talk from the video? And we want to see and also come up with a summer camp and also with the different camps for the also adult camp in the future. I just did a camp with the Chinese audience. We have all kinds of people, cancer patients, CEOs, housewives, all kinds of people. And then we did about a few months. And then people have great response. I have a lot of videos they sent to me. They appreciate it, really. One of the ladies left the hospital. She was on the middle of the treatment of the cancer. She left the hospital. She lost so many pounds. She went home, just left, went to the mountains and listened to, what I taught. It's just what I pick up from the universe. That's what it is. And the breathing and all that. Within 2-3 weeks, she immediately gained 10 pounds. She lost so much. And then her life turned around. She wrote one page to me, and so human beings can change their lives. Anyhow, Jim, you go ahead.
Thanks, Shifu. Yeah, what I posted, I think you can see it, but it's on the Vimeo page. No, I thought it was excellent. I really was impressed with the content, the people, the testimonials. and what you're doing there, and what everybody's doing. My comments were, my only like production comments were to lighten up a couple of the interviews. That's all, just brighten them up like color wise, but luminance. Yeah, but I thought it was great. I mean, I'd love to see more of that coming out, and if I can help in any way, let me know.
Oh yeah, that'd be great. Yes, that's great. And then absolutely, we can do a lot of things together, and in the future.
I was just putting out. I was going to hold a Zoom next week. I'll send you the invitation.
Sure.
For visioning the future, like visioning how we want to live.
Yes.
And I could see a lot of what you were talking. It's a lot of there's a lot of similarity there.
Sure.
But there might be things here you can use also. So I'll send you. I put a worksheet together.
Sure. Great. We all create together. That's what it is about. Yeah. It's a coherence. Yes.
Coherence. Yep.
Yes.
Thank you.
And I totally with you. And by the way, and if you don't know Jim is a director and a filmmaker, and he did a lot of films for Discovery. And he's a great friend of mine. We know each other for 20 years, right? For a long time. He was younger those days, and now he's getting a little bit older, more mature. That's good.
We're doing okay.
It's beautiful. And so, okay. Anybody else?
Shifu, I just have a quick question,
yes.
Just so you can give a little bit more insight into it. After someone has participated in the camp, what is what do you want their outcome to be? What do you want them to come out of the camp having learned?
Yeah, that's precisely that's a good question. But remember, without results, without outcome, without results, without what I participate, I want each person create one's own. That is beautiful. That is original of each person's own original creation. Results without anticipation. Results without conclusion. My conclusion, my anticipation. That's the beautiful thing. That's what I want to do. Okay. The unknown. That's just like David Bong. David Bong is a good friend of mine. He passed away in the 90s. And then he put a lot of things, what I talk about into his quantum physics. And he right now he published something. If you see David Bong, and he would tell you a lot of things. And we talk about those days, about the unknown, about the integrated universe. That's one thing we talk about, the connectivity and the unknown, because you're always in the exploration. Because scientists are always outdated. The science, when you explore, you're always outdated, you have to move forward. Science is always outdated, you have to move forward. You understand? There's no truth of the science, period. And because what do we see? We base on that, we move forward. And we see new things. Oh, that's the truth. Truth never stops. Truth is always moving. Just like in old days, we think, oh, everything slows down. And people from the Big Bang, now they slow down. No, it's not. So that means nothing stops. Changing is the only thing remains. Always changing. Thank you. Okay, anybody else? Please.
Coach.
Kelly, Destiny, Darwin, anybody?
Coach.
Yes.
So
Tom.
You
yes.
want, are you asking for everybody to make testimonials?
Oh, this is what I see. What we're going to do is we started probably around the 19th of July, this camp. The family involved, the children involved. Right now we have about 100 people, 118 people sign up in China, 118 families. But and it's not I'm going to choose. I'm going to interview people who really want the expectations. They want to learn. They want to really learn a lot of knowledge. May not be the ideal and participation. And I want to see people without that much anticipation. Let the kids to explore themselves. So let family to learn, and we all to learn together. We all explore together. And then I have the 118 families, and everybody probably expect different thing. So what I will see is interview everybody, and I want to see if this is what they want. Okay, this is what we have a conversation. If there's coherence, and we move forward. If there's no coherence, the people want to stuck with the past, and then they can do other things, that's all. So I have an interview with everybody, and that's the Chinese family. We have a couple of families from here, and we interview. So we try to see what we can do, create the future together. So, Robert.
Okay.
I know Robert doing the education. Robert is a PhD in education.
Yes.
Yes. Robert was my student in the Sanda student. He's an Asian. Oh no, not Asian. Pan American champion. Good wrestler, good Sanda guy, and a heavyweight.
Yeah.
We worked together for many years.
Yeah.
And he's now grown up. Even have kids.
Yeah.
Kids begin to grow up. So I've become ancient. I'm still young. Ancient of the young. Robert, you want to say something?
No, Coach, it's just it's a pleasure being on and listening to you, and I like the idea. I think it's great.
All right, Kelly, you want to say something, Kelly? Tom, Shane?
I have a quick question.
Yes, sir.
Where do you archive these Zoom videos, the replay somewhere that are easy to find? If I want to send somebody?
They're in a Dropbox. If you need it, I'll get my assistant, Mike. He can send to you all that.
Yeah, thank you. I'd like to share
Anything you need. Okay. Lisa is, has been with me for quite a few years. And she's a fantastic. She has a place in Hawaii. She also wants us to, maybe in the future, we can do something over in Hawaii. She has a little bit of farm, right, Lisa? We maybe do some training over there, Lisa. She bought a piece of land and want us to farm. We maybe enjoy someday, and we go over there. We all go over there and to mess up with Lisa and with the Pacific Ocean, to play over there, right, Lisa? Are you welcome us to come to Hawaii? No. You need to turn on your audio. Your left-hand corner.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Oh, welcome everybody, of course.
Welcome everyone. Okay, so says Lisa. Everybody heard that, all right? Well, go to Hawaii. Definitely, Lisa is beautiful. She's a really, really fantastic lady. She helped me with my last seminar, my last group of teachings, and she's the team leader for that guy, and she did a great job, And everybody loves Lisa, That's beautiful. Yeah.
Thank you, because the Sufu's energy. I have a question. Is the camp is the camp only for children or for all children of all age?
All ages. As young as 120 years old.
Okay. That's
as
good.
young as 120 years old. Yes. After 120 years old, we have to consider.
So one day when you all come to Hawaii to do the camp on the farm, I have a 5-year-old girl. She's raising the caterpillar, and she releasing butterflies, 10 to 15 butterflies per week right now.
Wonderful.
So she'll be the teacher. She's going to teach us how to do that.
Yes. And we definitely want to do one day. We can go to Hawaii to do that. Right now we this time we only do online, but yes, we will. We also go
Thank
to,
you.
just a different part of the world, and we want to see where we can host, Thank you. Hey, Kelly, how are you doing? Wesley, Shane, Tom,
So amazed. She grow those
Larry.
plants that
Uh-huh.
chop that feed the caterpillars.
I remember
Yeah.
those plants. They were eating
Yeah.
it. It wasn't-
Yeah, but she actually raising them every week, and she had them staged and had all the green crystal ball come out at night
Yeah.
before the caterpillar becomes butterfly.
Wow.
They all form the crystal ball. I never see that. And so she in a cage like that. So they're all and then they become butterfly inside. And then when she have enough, and she will open
No
the
way.
cover, and then
Oh
they
my
go out
God.
to the world.
She's very like outdoorsy.
What kind of a teacher you
I
want?
know, seriously. Well, her mom is her teacher, right?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
But how come there's no sound now from them? Yeah,
Probably muted them.
I did not. I mute them or they mute me.
You muted maybe their sound. Make sure you don't unmute.
Okay. Okay, anybody else? Okay, we're gonna start the camp probably around July the 19th. Okay, if you have any questions, you can go to Deru Academy website. Deru Academy website and the Short Institute website. You can go see the information. Our Facebook, everything else, you can see that. Kelly, you want to say something? I see you have a smile over there with the chat.
No, we don't have questions, but
You don't want questions? Okay. Maybe Sharon has questions.
you have a question?
Do you?
No questions.
It's a cool
All
hat.
right. Okay. And otherwise, have a beautiful night, beautiful afternoon, beautiful night. And we talk more, okay? Thank you. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, everybody.
Bye, Shifu.
Bye. Yeah. Okay.
Have a good
Thank
day.
you. Okay, bye-bye. Beautiful.